between the Buffalo Bills and the Brooklyn Beats. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken at the 15, a short kick. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Pass take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And incomplete to open things up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. That means your offense has to keep pace.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Yeah, he's going to keep it here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and that'll be second down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against it, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
7-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On third down, Jackson. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
7. It's fourth down.
Fourth down, here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Dropped it. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 40.
solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Murray now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. From the gun, Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. And it's good to make it 7-0.
Makes the score Chiefs 7, Bills nothing. St. Gonzalez.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
He's into the clear. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Henry Ruggs, 77 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
To throw is Jackson on third down. He'll buy some time right, and that will be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
is taken at the 23. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On 2nd and 15 now. Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. O'Shane Zimenez in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 7-7, our score after one.
Score tied 7-7.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up for number 31. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. From the gun, it's Jackson. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
5-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
On the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the Bills' 5-yard line.
Jackson going to run. He pitches it. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Cam Akers with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. That option pitch we saw, we don't witness a ton of that in the NFL, but it worked there down near the goal line for a score.
And it's actually a great call in goal line situations because as more and more quarterbacks enter the league with that mobility and having run option in college, more pro teams are adding it to their arsenal. And now it's not just, does the quarterback run it? Does he pitch it? Now they've added that 3rd element. He can rise up and throw the ball as well.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Throwing on first down is Murray. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. And
the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Devin Bush in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll roll him out right. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. Third down here.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
The kick is good.
And this one through the uprights and good.
21 beats 14. Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory, just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10, escaping the pressure right. They'll try and run it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Jackson now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 45.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Austin's got it left side. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line.
10 at the 41-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Murray, he'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there, having discipline and not letting them.
Murray has it knocked loose, fumble, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get to the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Jackson flushed out right. And it's caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others.
They've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked off at the 39. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
He'll buy some time right. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
7 yards, the pickup there.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's got it. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
The score, Beats 28, Bills 21. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And some room to run now. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. With his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28.
28 all. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Devin Bush able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And taken right at the 35. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Murray. And now he'll tuck it and run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have broken the tie. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. This time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
1st and 10.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. Jackson will throw again. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6. At the 42-yard line.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Jackson going to get this out to Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He has just been a one for opposing offenses to account for now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you're right in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take the ball in the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first...
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Murray now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. He's given 2 on the play there, and the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
1st down, Bills.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got room. And inside the 15 before they drop it. That one 28 yards on the ground. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So that's what an angry defense looks like and what they can do. They told him, you've had your 3 touchdowns already. No way you're getting a 4th.
They'll try to run this one in. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.